And if you've just watched Ali Carter play superbly to dispatch Ryan Day in the first round, well, you'll be surprised to know that right now, Carter, in his next match, is trailing 2-1 against Ian Burns, and it was 2-0. I'll keep you informed, of course, about all the outside table action as it progresses. But we're concentrating on Walden against Holt, and a good start by Walden. Just floating the red in. Ideally would have preferred to have been on the black, but the pink is a good alternative. Well, Ricky was apologising for that fluke. With the pink about 9 inches away from the pocket, he knew where it was destined.
7.
And that's the kind of thing, certainly earlier in his career, that would have got under Holt's skin.
Ricky Walden, 8.
Not now, though, because the chance has been wasted. With me in the commentary box is Joe Johnson, and there's nothing better, Joe, than to have a good chance really early on in a match.
Yes, nothing worse than missing an easy one, though. Will he go into the pack of reds here? Well, he's attempted to. It could have worked out better.
8. Michael Holt, 8.
So straight back in. The missed back will be completely forgotten now.
Playing Walden might open a mental wound for Michael Holt, because of course these two met in the first round of this year's World Championship, and to the surprise of everyone, I think the two players concerned as well, it was very one-sided. Walden completing a 10-1 victory.
17.
Overall, head-to-head wise, this is their 7th meeting. 3 wins each so far.
So touching the green, referee has asked him to nominate. He's nominated brown, trying to go into that pack of reds. Lots of left-hand side on the cue ball required. Perfectly played. Now a little awkward cueing, but should be able to drop it in.
21.
Yes, this is one of those instances where it pays to be a little taller than the average, and I think Ricky Walden is.
29.
Yes, he certainly doesn't hang about when he's in amongst the balls.
$37. 38.
Just had a look to see if one of the reds goes to the right centre. If not, then he's got a good angle to come round the two cushions, go into them. And that's what he's played to do. A little unfortunate.
44.
Was Michael Holt when he went into that pack of reds.
That was a thumping kick.
Ricky Walden, 44.
Straightened like you wouldn't believe. That's why he missed the middle pocket by a considerable distance.
Yes, there's been a lot of kicks today, hasn't it? Especially on this table. And I did say earlier today that I wasn't sure about Jimmy White, how old he was when he won the English Amateur Championship. Didn't know if he was 16 or 17. Well, a good friend of mine and a good snooker player, Tony Emmett, known as Bomber, he's emailed me to say that he was 16 and he was 18 when he won the World Amateur Championship. So thanks for that, Tony. Found a plant there. Walden. And I suppose he could have landed better on a colour.
Bravo.
Just needs to drop it in. He'd be on the red in the middle.
And now, more than likely, Walden is quickly going to take a 1-0 lead.
6.
Yes, and he seems to be in a hurry, doesn't he? He's running around the table.
Yes, he's one of those players who I've seen wildly varying their pace of play. At times, such as this, rapid. But other times, he tends to get a little bogged down.
40.
Yeah, a little bit like Mark Selby. He plays so well when he's in amongst the balls and he's flowing. But sometimes he can get a bit bogged down himself.
21.
From my experience of watching him, I think it's a direct correlation
22.
how quickly he plays to how confident he is. The more confident, the quicker he plays. And after winning the previous Euro Tour event, I think it's fair to say confidence is not an issue.
25. 25 in the frame. Ricky Walden.
And so there it is, pretty routine stuff. Michael Holt had one chance, didn't make the most of it. And it's Walden who gets out of the blocks quickest, and I think quick is the operative word. Ricky Walden 1, Michael Holt 0. Welcome back to Eurosport 2, welcome back to Fürth in Germany, the Paul Hunter Classic. It's a big operation this, getting 128 players down to a champion in just 3 days. Lots of matches, 10 tables in operation. Of course, we focus our coverage on this main match arena, where Ricky Walden has just taken a 1-0 lead over Michael Holt, and he's got a pretty good chance at the start of the second frame as well.
1.
I was saying in the first frame that he's just come off a win in a Euro Tour event. And he beat some very good players to capture that title. Ali Carter 4-1, Ryan Day 4-0.
6.
In the quarterfinals, Mark Allen 4-3. Semi-finals, Sean Murphy 4-1. Oh, and as he suffers another explosive kick, he beat
6.
Marco Fu in the final 4-3. But it doesn't matter how well you're playing, you can't legislate for that, Joe.
No, it's so unfair, isn't it? When you get kicks like that. Just throws the object ball away from the pocket. Really, his time is just sorted out. Spoiling the game. The match today between Sean Murphy and his very good opponent.
Yes, Kieran Wilson. That was one of those games where it was a kick every other shot, it seemed.
Yes, it just seemed to throw Sean's concentration way out. And it seemed to happen at the most important times.
Yesterday, kicks cropped up, but they're much more prevalent today.
Well, he would have been on the green had it gone in. Good safety if it doesn't. And that's an attacking safety shot, opening the reds. Well, it had to be thin.
Foul. A miss. Ricky Walden 4.
Good pot. Similar situation. Nice angle on the green to come back down the table for the reds. And they are nicely spread. Could play down for the one on the cushion, nearest the right corner.
Let me quickly tell you about some second round results which have just come in. Michael Wasley beat Scott Donaldson 4-3. Thanawat Turapongpai Boone, he overcame Mark Joyce 4-2. And I can tell you that Ali Carter is back on level terms with Ian Burns at 2-2.
Desmond. Yes, when he potted the red in the middle, he just lost the cue ball a little. Never easy, those type of blues. Dead under the cushion. Fortunately, he hasn't got good position on this red. Tough shot, this.
One.
Very difficult to get that cue ball out for the black.
Yellow ball. Brown ball. Michael Holt, 1.
Now, from the way Holt jumped up there as soon as he made contact with the cue ball, it seemed as though maybe it rolled off slightly. Wanted a fuller contact than that.
Yes, may have got a little bit of side on the cue ball going against the nap. Yes, he's scared of pushing a red over that right corner pocket. And with the reds open like that, could be disastrous. But he'll settle for that. Not quite a snooker. Oh, what a pot. What a pot that was. Well, he doesn't deserve that.
Foul.
Well, that's
Mickey
so
Walden, 4.
unfortunate. What a great pot.
That is cursed, isn't it?
Well, in the first frame, he went into that cluster of reds off the black over the pocket. Didn't finish on anything. Took on a difficult red and lost the frame from it.
.35 years of age now, Michael Holt. We tend to view him as a youngster. Of course, he's been around on the circuit for many years now. In fact, turned pro 17 years ago. Walden, a little less professional experience. He's been a pro for 13 years. 30 years of age, but he's had the better career of the two. Shanghai Masters champion in 2008, and he won the Wuxi Classic last year.
Foul. Michael Holt, 4.
Well, had he got closer to the pot, wouldn't have gotten off. Well, he's had a look at this red to the left corner, but it's a thin cut, that one, and if he missed it, he'd almost certainly leave it. He's having a go at it though. Not sure if he went for the pot or the safety.
Well, some very loose snooker going on, Joe.
Well, he caught that one much too thick, and this is a chance.
One. Seven.
We've repeatedly said, Joe, that it's been a day of shocks. And here's another one. John Astley, with perhaps the most notable scalp of his career so far, has beaten Barry Hawkins 4-3. So this year's World Championship runner-up. Out of the Paul Hunter Classic.
Well, if the red doesn't go to the left centre, and this one to the left corner, again he's been unlucky. Michael Holt. Oh, that's tight, isn't it?
14.
But it went in off far jaw. Well, that was a mistake.
When Holt's playing a match, from his facial expressions, you're never in any doubt about what he's feeling. One of those players who wears his heart on his sleeve, and right now he's very annoyed with himself.
Yes, that was a good chance. But he's now passed that chance to Ricky Walden.
Seven. 8.
He's going to need one of those bad reds over by the left side cushion.
14. 15. $21. 22.
And at the very least, even if he can't win the frame at this visit, he's building a very substantial lead, given where the two reds on the left-hand side of the table are situated.
$28.
Well, you could use the black here to try and take the cue ball up towards pink and blue.
$29.
And that's a nice angle on the pink. Just about to stun over for one of those reds. $29 points in front.
$35.
Yeah, so the break goes to 35. It means that one more red, more likely than not, will be sufficient for a 2-0 lead. And although Walden hasn't been mistake-free, far from it, he's been the better of the two.
There's the red, and he's going to be tight up behind the yellow or the brown.
Ricky Walden, 36.
Oh, so close.
Ricky Walden, 4. Frame conceded, frame, Ricky Walden.
And requiring a couple of snookers, Michael Holt concedes. And so Ricky Walden, halfway to victory at 2-0.
Third frame.
Honouring the memory of
Michael
one
Holt
of
to
the
break.
great stars of the modern game, Paul Hunter, who won the Masters at Wembley on 3 occasions. All with stirring comebacks in the final. A comeback is what's required from Michael Holt as he breaks off in the third frame. Good result for Michael White, who's beaten Luca Brassol from Belgium 4-3. And also a 4-1 second round victory for Sam Baird over Andrew Higginson. It's 1-1 Ben Williston and James Cahill. Cahill the conqueror of Nigel Bond in the previous round. 2-2 still, Ali Carter and Ian Burns. 3-2 for Alfie Burden over Dave Gilbert. And Burden 50 in front in frame 6.
Found a plant. And he may well be on the pink. Don't know if he can see enough of it to the middle pocket, but he can see enough of it to the baulk corner. And he'll have to get this with the reds spread as they are.
Well, the way the match has gone so far, I'm loath to say this is a golden chance, but it is.
Yeah. The black will go to the left corner. Oh, he's got a kick. Oh, and it's just dropped in. I thought he'd missed that.
We've talked an awful lot about kicks today, and apologies for being repetitive, but when they occur you've got to highlight them. The one common feature with a kick is that when the object ball throws offline, it always goes thick, it never throws thin.
Quite correct.
$15.
So to use alternative terminology, the object ball straightens. Thankfully for Walden there,
60.
he got away with it.
Pot success at the moment, 94%. Ricky Walden. Michael Holt down at early 60s. It's got to improve for Michael.
23.
And by taking this red, that frees the black to both pockets.
24.
Oh, that was a good positional shot, just
31.
missing the red near the left side cushion.
32.
Could play the cannon to the red above the black and to the left. That would leave him on the red to the right corner. Oh, played it perfectly. And that opens the way
39.
for other reds to go to the left corner. That was
40.
the right ball to play for, and that opens the game.
$47. 48.
A little heavy.
$55.
Played for the red above the black.
$56. $63. $64.
So just the blue and one more red away from basically taking a 3-0 lead. And the match for Michael Holt has been a non-event.
$69.
Yes, he's took these balls very well though.
$70.
He's number 7 in the world.
Yes, Joe, and as world number 7, that's his career best ranking.
76.
I think he's got the self-belief to match.
76.
He's been a good player quite a long time, Ricky Walden. The last couple of seasons, he's really come to the fore. 95% now is pot success.
84.
In terms of this frame, the only question that remains to be answered is whether Walden can make what would be his 8th century in competition so far this season. He's actually got the chance here to make the highest break
92.
of the tournament. That currently is 1-3-3 from Ian Burns.
Thanks. 93.
Yes, 143 on. That would really set the pace.
101. $108.
Seems to be getting faster.
109.
In and out of balk, just missing the yellow.
$160.
Oh dear.
Well, he'll be a little peeved. He should have had the highest break of the event, no doubt. 116 though, 3-0 ahead. We have to assume he's going to win this match, considering his domination so far, and if he does, it will mean a winning streak of 9 consecutive matches in Euro Tour events. 2 here, 7 earlier this month in Doncaster.
Well, he's in again. And the way he's been playing, well, you wouldn't put it past him to win the frame at this visit.
6. $7.
Well, that could have been better, but he's on the green. He'll stun down the table for the red next to the pink. To the left of the pink. Well played for the one in balk. And nothing wrong with that. That's getting rid of a difficult red.
10.
By the way, the winner of this will play either Zhao Guodong of China or Mark King of England.
11.
And King, having beaten John Higgins, no less, 4-0 in the first round, finds himself 2-0 down against Zhao.
Chose not to go into them.
60.
Taking the loose reds first. Building a little lead.
$17.
Cue ball left the table there again, although that wasn't too bad a contact. Workable. And so the referee, Jürgen Grusen, not being called into action to clean it.
Just give me a moment.
Now though, Herr Grusen Does have to look to see whether
23.
the pink will go on its spot. It won't. And the highest available spot it can go on is the brown. So
24.
it's at the incorrect end of the table as far as Walden's concerned.
Yes, he could leave this short on this red to the left corner, thereby opening the pack of reds, or he could go into them directly. Preferred to leave it short. Now when he pots this red, he'll be nudging some more reds out. Just got to make sure
31.
that he pots the red. Well, he's brought another couple of reds out there. Well, seem to have stuck together, didn't he?
$39.
If he decides to go up for the blue would be a better ball to go into that cluster of reds.
$40.
Well, that looks good. And if he can hit them on the right side as we're looking at them, it should push the other red to the corner. Well, chose to play for the loose red. Every chance of bringing
45.
more reds into play here, though. He's thinking, will he get another chance?
Thanks. 46.
Can just see enough of the black, but it's a tough pot. No.
Ricky
He's got
Walden,
the position.
46.
So he gets a life, Michael Holt.
One.
And you could see then 21 minutes since his last pot. Not quite hard enough for the blue.
The body language, the gesticulations scream negativity. But Holt has to keep telling himself if he can possibly salvage this frame, Walden might feel a little under pressure.
7.
But everything in the match really has gone against him. He's made mistakes, yes, but he's not had the kindest of run either.
No, that little rub there on the black just took him off being on the red. He would have been on it perfectly.
Michael Holt.
A difference
7.
between winning and losing, but that's not a good safety. A half chance then.
Well, he's already rattled a pot in of a similar nature to this earlier on in the match when he very unluckily ran it off.
In fact, it was a lot harder than that one. But I don't think he's mentally right at the moment. He needs an easy chance. Got so close to that long red.
One.
Well, could put a colour safe if he can't pot one. Well, he can pot the brown. All depends if he can get to the reds.
Three 0 in front, 40 in front. I think the time is now to put a lid on this and just keep things tight.
Yeah. Maybe push the green or the yellow safe. Just give himself some insurance in case Michael Holt gets back to the table. You can pot the brown, but it's difficult to get to the reds.
Ricky Walden. One.
And Joe was spot on with his call there in terms of the green going safe. Very much to Walden's advantage, that. And that's why Holt's keen to remove it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It's gone back on the cushion again. Another wry smile. Big shot this one for Michael. Good pot. Terrific pot under pressure, and a lot of pressure.
One.
Couldn't afford to miss it. Oh dear. Ricky Walden out of his seat like a racehorse.
Well, he caught the yellow so badly, no position.
Nothing easy anyway. And nothing easy here. Michael Holt. Another good pot.
Sure.
And right now, Joe, Ricky Walden's best two friends, the red and the green, close to that left-hand side cushion as we're looking at the table.
Yes, I was just looking at the red to the middle there. If you could drop it in, you'd have a nice angle on the pink to bring that red into play.
6.
But it must be too tight an angle to drop it in.
7.
Now, he could play the double on the red, or screw the cue ball back behind this red. Well, played to bring it into play, and that's not too bad.
And the green fractionally into the open more as well. Not over yet.
He's fighting. Oh, so close again.
12.
Couldn't have got any closer than this. Just caught that near knuckle.
So the real possibility of a whitewash here couldn't be closer though on table 3, where Ali Carter is just 1 frame 6. He's gone into a decider with Ian Burns at 3-3.
Look at the points total there. 300 plays 47. Needs to miss it. Well, that little rub may have given Michael Holt another life.
Yes, tantalisingly, Walden needs just 1 pot from here. Holt needs the lot.
Ricky Walden, 6.
And after this, Holt could, and indeed he should, be in a heap of trouble. Trouble he can ill afford, on the verge of defeat.
Yeah, just got to be careful not to push that red over the corner. Well, in keeping it away from the corner, nearly pushed it over the middle. Turned out to be a good double kiss.
Yes, it's not very often you can say that.
Not good. He should just be able to drop this one in dead weight to the middle pocket, and that would be frame and match.
Yes, Walden, it appears, into the last 32 to play, either Zhao Gudong or Mark King. One more match this evening for him. Or maybe I'm speaking a little too soon.
Well, 34 points in it, needs 2 snookers, but you're right, Phil. That would have guaranteed. Oh dear.
This time Michael Holt realises the game is up. Ricky Walden, he wins by 4 frames to 0. So in 2 matches he's dropped just 1 frame. He beat Jamie Rees-Clark 4-1 earlier on. He'll be pleased with that, particularly the 116 break with which he won the 3rd frame.